Let the heavens rage!
SCJ Breakdance, SCJ Breakdance.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're a little bit early. I do want to get that out there. The reason we are so early, the game we were supposed to call is not going to be the Raiders versus Dolphins. That game actually just happened. They had to play earlier. This game here is going to be Vikings versus Packers. And my bad, I had to go mute for a second. We had to get the commentary back down to settle. Crowd noise was not there. So we're going to get everything set up and we're going to talk about these MEL playoffs. Again, we were supposed to do 8:30 tonight. That will not be happening. We are doing Packers and Vikings live from, what do you call this place? I can't remember the name of the field and I don't want to be a liar. So I am not going to do that. They'll say it at some point during the game, but we're going to bring you to the game now. Swaggin going up against D Nice. Third time is the charm for these two folks as they have played each other twice already. They are in the same division, obviously. Minnesota won the division by 1 game. Swaggin is the 5 seed. So the winner of this game will go on. It looks like they'll be playing Tampa Bay as the Giants won their game earlier. So we're going to bring you the game now. Apologies on the delay, everybody. Kakashi, good to see you. Top of the chat, there is a prediction for you all. You got about like 2.5 minutes left to predict. The Dolphins have won that game that we were supposed to call. And this game right here will be the last game of the wild card round. So stay tuned for all the updates you can get here. Josh Jacobs on the handoff. Gonna go up to 2nd and 9 here. We're gonna change some settings really quick. Nope, things are fine, so we're good. Big ignores. So when you look at Swaggin and his Packers, again, 10-7 on the season, made the playoffs as a 5 seed, the number 1 wild card slot. They played the Vikings twice in the regular season. Week 4, they beat them by 19. And week 17, the Vikings actually won by 1 point. And that 1-point win is the difference in these two, as the Vikings are the NFC North champions for year 12 in the Midnight End Zone League. I actually just learned what the name was the other day. Shout out to Rusty, who won that game over risk taking. Rusty's my guy. But you know, things happen. The screen to Jaden Reed will not go anywhere, and we will have some lag here as we await to go to 3rd down and 11. And I know a major issue that has went crazy for the last couple of days. PlayStation Network was down. It seems to be back up and running and fine here, which is an amazing thing. So we'll move to 3rd and 11. Jordan Love is in the backfield by himself. And then we just lagged forward and the play ended. So we don't know what happened. We're not going to ask any questions, but it's a punt. It is a punt for our guy Swagger. The kick goes, and then Kiki and Wagner on a spin will get all the way up to the 29-yard line. Nice work to know there. All right, so the Vikings now come out with the ball. Again, D Nice won 11 games here in Midnight End Zone, which is a beautiful thing for him. And when you look at this Vikings team, JJ McCarthy had 4,300 passing yards, looked very solid with a 32 TD, 20 interception ratio, as we get Aaron Jones here on the run. And I'm not understanding why things look a little fuzzy on my end. Going to try to fix that really quick, so you may see some lag happen in the stream. Otherwise, we keep moving. What's even crazier is you see Jones takes the handoff, and he's gonna break a tackle somehow and get all the way up to the 42-yard line and move to 3rd and 1. Yeah, that's actually very insane. But once again, here we are. If you'd like to join my Discord, the link is above. If you'd like to follow me on social media, those links are in the chat as well. Also, Kakashi, if you could be so kind to drop the MEL Discord link in the chat for you guys who may want to learn how to join the league or possibly just be involved with the MEL. Go ahead, join the Discord, holla at Kakashi, do the league application if you want to play more Madden, and you should have some fun there, man. But nonetheless, we go to bunch strong formation out the gun. It is a 4-man blitz for the Packers, and some great defense by these Packers will force a 4th and 1 from the Vikings zone 42, and it looks like a punt will be ensuing. So again, these guys know each other very well. They played twice in the season. It was a split, so the winner of this game will move on to play the Buccaneers, and they will have the home game. Preston Smith on the return, and it's a fumble, and the Vikings got it back. Insane to think about there. Preston Smith is not a guy who returns punts. His carrying's not high for a linebacker, and D Nice will start in great field position to continue this drive from the Packers' 29-yard line. All right, now again, looking at the other games that happened in the league, the Jaguars won 33-30 over the Bills, that 4 seed. Rusty, as we just talked about here, won his game over risk take as the pass was underneath to Aaron Jones, and we move all the way up to get our first down of the game.
First down.
And as y'all see right there, there is the link to the MEL Discord. Jump in there and have fun, chat with your guys, man. So nonetheless, we move to 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. First red zone appearance by either team this game. And again, looking at the NFC side of things, winner of this game will host DJS and the Buccaneers in the divisional round. And we get some more lag here. I don't know if we're going to have a second game tonight. We'll see what happens. I'm going to say never, but we're going to leave that there. The other NFC game, surprisingly, the number 2 seeded Saints will fall in round 1. They allowed 53 points to AWOL and the Giants, according to him, Zach Wilson MVP season. So the Giants will travel out to Arizona to take on Miami Kid and the Cardinals. And again, winner of this game will get DJS as McCarthy finds Jordan Addison with a drag route. McCarthy with 23 yards on the day so far. Ball has moved 9 yards. We're at the 6-yard line. You got to think Aaron Jones or the play action fake is very viable here from the 31 position. And you also can just let the ball run and pray these Packers defenders cannot break the blocking of these run blocking Vikings. And again, the Vikings here, offensively, they are middle of the pack. They are top 10 overall offense with yards. He will pass. Aaron Jones is open off the stick route. He gets not touched, but will go out of bounds at the 3-yard line. His second catch. He has 17 on the day through the air. 3 yards to go. He's going to switch it up and go single back now. 12 personnel, a running back and 2 tight ends out there. I think it's interesting to see how Aaron Jones can lead this team going into the playoffs. 21 touchdowns on the ground this season. Handoff is to Jones, and it looks like he just walked into the end zone. Once it stops lagging, we will know what happened. He did go in. So who do I have going to the bowl? So here's the thing. It wasn't sin. But, you know, for the AFC, I have Doc. That's not even a question. I have Doc. He's just too good with his Ravens. There's that. The NFC, I have no idea. I know Swaggin can make the bowl with a more developed Packers team, as he currently is down 7-0 here in this game. And D Nice has shown me some great things in how he plays Madden as well. So this game here is the one I would definitely say watch out for. But Miami Kid, you cannot discredit winning 14 games with the Cardinals. So I will play it safe and think the Cardinals are making it all the way to the bowl. I think you get 1 seed versus 1 seed. And then when we get to the bowl, ask me that question again, because I don't have an answer right now. But as always, we move, and the Packers with a first down. Going to go underneath here. Josh Jacobs going to catch the ball, truck a man, spin away from another one, and get to the 49-yard line of Minnesota.
First down.
As we see referee Vale come out for some playoff hopes. Jacobs through the air, surprisingly, only had 20 catches in the regular season for 169 yards, no tutties. He was not the receiving back. Marshawn Lloyd was that, but he is hurt. So Jacobs will get the brunt of the work. And as you see, there is a dive-in tackle made by Jonathan Grenard, the former Houston Texan. It's going to be a tackle for loss of 3 yards. Giants or Bucks. So no matter how you look at it, the Giants are the Giants. I don't think AWOL is a bad player, but I do think that roster has way too many holes. And from what I've seen of Miami Kid and his play styles, we get a sack there for John Tillery from the D tackle position. It's now 3rd and 21. The Packers are struggling here early in this first quarter. I truly do think that I think the Cardinals just have it easy, man. There's really no way to look around that. You don't win 14 games by accident with the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are only an 81 overall team. Like you don't win games like that without knowing how to play this game or know football. As Jordan Love will break a sack. Nobody breaks open just yet. He's going to try to force one here to Christian Watson, and he will get it down to the 29, another first.
First down.
And yes, why the Giants are an 83 overall in Madden, at least here. I think the main issue for me is just the roster makeup outside of Neighbors and Zach Wilson is just not too crazy on offense, at least. Eric Gray was his leading running back. Theo Johnson was his lead receiver, and Neighbors wasn't even the lead receiver on the team. So 2 rookies carried the way for him. I think the Cardinals find a way to take that away here as Jacobs will get a 3-yard run, 2nd and 7. And on the AFC side of things, as you currently know, we didn't mention this game just yet, but the Jets, the 7-seeded Jets and Vontae defeated the Chiefs 23-13. So on the AFC side, you will have the Jets versus the Ravens and the Jaguars versus the Dolphins. That is an interesting matchup, if you will. Two Florida teams playing each other. Has a man open in the end zone. Going to be dropped. And we move to 3rd and 7. Stephon Gilmore coverage. Yeah, so we've had 2 games that had disconnect issues. The Bucks won their disconnect game, and the Dolphins just ran theirs. So we do know all the matchups pretty much next round after this game ends. So advance should be happening right around 7:15, 7:30 EST. So you guys will see what happens and see who may play tonight, and maybe they'll play tomorrow. And there's play action for Jordan Love on the slide. And a bad throw goes into the ground. The Vikings are bringing pressure like no other. Minute 21 to go here in the first quarter. Kick is going away for Anders Carlson. And this one is just inside the upright. We got a 7-3 game in favor of D Nice. He's going to get the ball back here. And do remember, he did end up scoring off of that punt fumble by the Packers. So it's not like, you know, he just was losing to lose. You know, he had a bad play on special teams. His starting outside linebacker receiving the ball, just not a healthy start for him. But now you get to see McCarthy and company come back out on the field, and we haven't called his name just yet. But Justin Jefferson, Jay Jettas himself, 85 catches, almost 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's the obvious guy to lead the way here for the Vikings. The beautiful thing is TJ Hawkinson is next up, but Jettas has almost 40 more catches than the next Vikings person. And he's going to go for a dot to Jordan Addison. First down and more, jukes inside and goes up the field. It's going to be a 64-yarder. They are in the crowd going crazy saying, "Skol, Skol, Skol," as they try and will take a 14-3 lead early in this last wild card matchup. D Nice is looking nice and doing the thing. And Kayshawn Nixon's going to take this out the end zone and go up to the 23-yard line. Going to lose 7 yards basically. And unfortunately, Rashawn Gary is now hurt. So the injury bug continuing to pile up here for the Packers. Even though they're now on offense, they're going to miss Gary's impact on defense. 1st and 10 from their own 23. Bo Melton is by himself. Jaden Reed is in the slot. And Josh Jacobs is in the backfield next to Jordan Love. Love has Jacobs wide open in the backfield. Going to take off and try to juke away from Griffin, but it won't matter. But there is a first down for the Packers. So he's been able to at least maneuver the ball downfield somehow, some way. He just has to find a way to put it all together and get to the end zone. Hands the ball off to Jacobs, tries to cut back a little bit too early, unfortunately. And that's going to lead to an 8-yard gain, goes down at the 47. And that may be the last play here of the first quarter. Love may hike this one before time runs out. And he'll just let the clock run down. So at the first quarter, got a score of 14-3 in favor of the Minnesota Vikings. So 2nd and 2 to start the second quarter, 2-2-2. You know, if you play the lottery, go play that. But when we look at it here, you've got to wonder, what can the Packers do offensively to turn this game around? Hands this off to Jacobs, and it's going to be a holding call on a Packer. It's the center, Josh Myers. So it's going to come back 10 yards to the Packers' 37-yard line. No loss of down, but a loss of 10. I think Swaggin misses Marshawn Lloyd. Having that, you know, even though it's only one speed, a faster running back to come out of the backfield is definitely the answer. Love takes the handoff. Man, wide open is Musgrave. Somehow, some way, the Vikings played bad defense, and Swaggin's going to swag into the end zone.
Go, back, go! Go, back, go!
I am not sure how that just happened. But, alas, it is a 4-point game once again, and Josh Jacobs is now hurt. Oh, my Lord.
Bruh.
You can't make this up. What easily could have been your bell cow back to carry you through the playoffs, if you were to make it through the playoffs. I'm just trying to find the words to understand what just happened right there. But nonetheless, Kiki and Wagner is going to run this back up to it looks like the 30. We keep getting lag spikes here. And that will lead us to 1st and 10 from the touchback spot. Minnesota, it does have the lead still. And D-Nice, again, a top 10 offense as far as yards is concerned. But everything else was very middling. Ty Chandler didn't do too much as the backup running back. And Wagner's a running back as well, but he's more special teamy than anything. Hawkinson doesn't have a catch just yet, and neither does Jettas. They have been effectively left out this game. McCarthy drops back way too far, but somehow, some way, Nelson Aguilar pick up 8. And you know, a lot of the games that I've been calling lately and seeing, a lot of guys are dropping back like way too far. I'm not calling anybody out about any rule infractions or anything like that, but some dudes don't just know how to stand in the pocket and step up instead of letting the pressure directly come to them. And that's been apparent in a lot of the games there, as Aaron Jones will get a 4-yard carry and get the first. Yeah, I think people just have to be better at pocket presence. That is something that I think a lot of users could work on, because if you do all that drop back, and then lose sight of your buttons, and then you start complaining, you know it's your fault, right? Not saying D-Nice is complaining, but just giving an overall overview. And there is a 4-man blitz. A man just got pancaked. McCarthy gonna run to the outside. Nelson Aguilar is wide open for a Vikings touchdown. Kick up, kick down. 11-point lead again for the Vikes. It's very interesting too to think that, again, the Packers are dealing with backfield injuries, so there's just no true safety blanket now, because Jordan Mason is the lead back for the Packers the rest of the way. Jordan Mason only played in 2 games, had 11 carries. That's it. Like, that literally is all Jordan Mason has done. And he is now the lead running back the rest of the way for this game at least. Josh Jacobs, if you're just tuning in, torn labrum. Christian Watson had the catch. Unfortunately, it will be knocked out. Cam Bynum in coverage. So if you are just tuning in, Hova, good to see you. Please note, Josh Jacobs is out for the game with a torn labrum. He will be out at least the rest of these playoffs, unless the Packers can somehow make the bowl. I'm doing well, Hova. You know, it's a cool Tuesday. You know, new month, new goals, new opportunities, man. Hopefully all is well with you. Hopefully all is well with everybody in the chat. 2nd and 10, play clock down to 15. Fake handoff to Mason. Pressure, Adam again. Musgrave, who caught a touchdown earlier, gets a 4-yard pickup at least. So 3rd and 6, obviously you've got to think, if you are the Packers, corner, post, flat. You got to flood the concept somehow, some way. Musgrave on a drag, read. And it looks like it's a cover 3 setup here. No, it's cover 1 instead. Screen is a perfect play to Jordan Mason. Going to cut back inside under the blocks. And he's going to escape somehow and almost ran away. But he will pick up the first.
First down.
So 1st and 10 from the Vikings 47. And again, without Josh Jacobs and Marshawn Lloyd, Swaggin is finding his way and trying to navigate through a new offense. It might make him consider trading one of the lead backs here and just picking up a different one who might be a little more healthy. And he's gonna go fake handoff on the slide action here. Has a man wide open. Romeo Dubs, his first catch on the day, goes out of bounds, but there is a flag back at the line of scrimmage. Illegal man downfield on Josh Myers, his 2nd penalty on the day. So 1st and 15 now. Wasted play there. The Packers offensive line just cannot get out of their own way. So injuries and players just being undisciplined, costing the Packers an 11-point lead as it stands. 6 minutes to go here in this first half. Love looking at the field, diagnosing what he thinks is a cover 3. And it will be such. Slides out to the outside. Man open is Tucker Kraft, the backup tight end, who picks up another first down. You don't know who you're playing? I mean, I'm gonna just be real with you, and I'm not doubting Swaggin's ability to win football games, but more than likely you're playing the Vikings. Again, you're just coming in TJS. Josh Jacobs is out for the game. He is now down his top 2 running backs in Josh Jacobs and Marshawn Lloyd. Like, it's the Jordan Mason backfield. I am sure that is not what Swaggin would like to happen, and Josh Jacobs has a torn labrum, so he's gone the rest of the playoffs pretty much. Like, he will not be back. Unless by some miracle he's back by the Super Bowl, you will not have to worry about Josh Jacobs if Swaggin somehow comes back and wins this game. But unless a first down run for Jordan Mason, and it's looking like he's picking up steam that Josh Jacobs couldn't. So only 3 defensive linemen down on the field right now. Handoff is to Mason. He's going to go and pick up some tough yardage. It's a 6-yard gain to the 10-yard line. He said, as far he was scouting the Vikings who you predicted to win, and you think Swag is winning. I'm not gonna lie, man. I think it's hard for me to say Swag is gonna win. Swag is my guy, but he has to go a lot of like movement offense right now. Picked off by the Vikings. A beautiful read. No, it's a drop. Ivan Pace Jr. was right there in coverage. D Nice just dropped the freebie. Yeah, it's just hard for me to trust Jordan Mason. He's not the Jordan Mason behind the San Fran line of scrimmage. This is the Packers offensive line, who has been struggling without David Bakhtiari, who's been gone for I think a couple of years now. And Elgton Jenkins is their best offensive lineman, but Josh Myers, the center, has been selling as far as his game goes. 2 penalties. He's lost 15 yards for this Packers offense. 3rd and 4 on the way from the 10. Man in motion is Musgrave. And he's going to force a corner route back at the end zone to Romeo Dubs, and it is dropped. And you hear that Vikings horn going crazy. But another field goal on the way for the Packers. Anders Carlson will kick this for a 27-yard field goal. And it is now 13-21. Still back to a 1-possession game. Kicking in Wagner in the landing zone, ready to run the ball back. He's had some beautiful returns to start this game. Did not juke to the outside right there, and the rookie Javon Ballard will cut him down at the 36. So Vikings now taking control once again. We've seen them move down the field with ease, really, as Addison got the touchdown earlier. what's even crazier, again, Jettas has yet to be a factor in this game. Wide open, he doesn't go to the wide open man, but Josh Oliver still catches it, and it's still a Vikings first.
First down.
Very insane, as I thought he was going to go to Hawkinson, who got open late past Quay Walker in coverage. Somehow Josh Oliver, the backup, is just as open. And the Vikings are already at the Packers' 36-yard line. And you see there's 8 men stacked in this box, but he opens the gap, and Jones is going to cut back and pick up about 5. No, he's still trucking and picks up 8. Wow. So if you guys do keep up with baseball, the Orioles just lost, and I could not be happier as a Yankees fan, of course. So the Orioles are now down 0-1 in their wild card series with the first down for Aaron Jones, by the way.
First down.
The Orioles are down 0-1 to the Kansas City Royals. The Detroit Tigers are up 1-0 on the Houston Astros. 2 teams that I definitely dislike, and I'm glad that both of them are down, and they are 1 game away from being put out the playoffs. Houston cheated us from winning a couple years back, so there's that. 2-minute warning has commenced here. We are at the Packers' 16-yard line. 3 plays down the field, Aaron Jones and Josh Oliver have carried the torch for D Nice and these NFC North winning Vikings. Is Jettas just a decoy, or will he get involved here on this drive? McCarthy does not like what he sees there. Handoff is coming to Aaron Jones. We'll have to wait to see what happens. Quay Walker misses a hit stick entirely, and that's going to bring a 7-yard gain up to the 10-yard line. So both these guys have been very effective in moving the ball, and that's what you like to see out of 2 users who play each other a lot. And there will be a timeout called by Green Bay. It looks like the game plan here as he gets to the 10-yard line is going to be a lot of fakes, or it's going to be RPO time for the Vikings. Now you've got to think Jordan Addison's been playing the slot. Jettas, through almost the first half, has not got a catch, not a target, nothing. Not even a comeback route. But as we move here now, you see 2nd and 3, Quay Walker in the box with some other Packers here. Hands it off to Jones, who's going to skirt his way in the end zone. Blow the Viking horn and clap for Skull all the way. And that's going to push this up to a 15-point lead now. The Vikings have 4 first-half touchdowns. In the game, for all my guys just tuning in, Josh Jacobs, torn labrum, out for the remainder of the MEL season, barring a Super Bowl comeback. So Jordan Mason to lead the way for the Packers. And it looks like he's going to go press man across the board. Handoff is to Mason. He takes his time and is tackled down after a 6-yard gain there. 7 seconds ran off due to the no huddle. Brian Asamoah Jr. going to be the user. And what almost was a knockdown is still a catch for Christian Watson, his first on the day. So now we move to 3rd and 1. He's ran the ball effectively with Jordan Mason. Do you just pick up the first and keep it chugging, or do you take a chunk play right here is the question. Musgrave in the slot to your right. It's only a 3-man rush. Love has nothing but room to run. Going to pick up the first with his legs. Hits a user juke and luckily does not fumble the ball. And that'll bring us to 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. So Dolphins won. Yeah. So we talked about it earlier. We know the AFC matchups. We know that it will be Jets versus Ravens. Savante beating the Chiefs. So both 2 seeds are out the playoffs. It is going to be 7 versus 1, no matter what. on both sides of the ding and the dime here, and a 4-yard loss here. The game's far from over. I mean, that's true, but the way the game has been going, the Vikings have scored every time they've touched the ball. The very first possession of the game, they punted, Preston Smith caught it, he fumbled, Vikings ball again. So the Vikings are currently 4 for 4 on touchdowns every drive they've scored a tutty. And with that fact there, you gotta pray and hope he gets another freebie, and he will. Jaden Reed to the crib.
Go, Pack, go! Go, Pack, go!
That is the 3rd time all 3 Packers touchdowns have been mess-ups on the Vikings' part. Just absolute bad coverage there. And you know what's crazy, Doc? The Vikings is about to choke himself. That's the worst part about all of it. Every time that has happened, it's literally been the defense's fault for allowing a wide open Packer. Musgrave scored the same way. Musgrave literally scored the exact same way. So both of the Packers touchdowns, excuse me for saying the third one, it's the second touchdown. Both of them happened the exact same way. Wide open, right side of the field, no safety coverage whatsoever. So clearly going into halftime, the Vikings know what they must do. Stop leaving that damn seam open. That seam is ripping more than jeans do, okay? And this ain't no SpongeBob episode. Nobody ripped his pants. 25 seconds on the clock. He's not in kneel position. It looks like he's going to take a shot. And he literally took a shot off of the blitz off the edge. It's going to be 2nd and 10, 21 seconds to go. Dual backfield here for the Vikes. And it's going to be Ty Chandler getting the first down, gets out of bounds after 4 seconds. It looks like D Nice is just trying to keep at least an 8-point lead no matter what happens. And as far as getting the ball back at halftime, the Packers do get the ball back at half. Vikings looking for a field goal here. They need to get to the 40-yard line. Still just backing up. And like I said earlier, that's what's going to hurt the Vikings right there. Again, I wasn't calling him out, but I will now. If you just keep backing up, you're going to throw more inaccurate. You're not going to be able to throw better passes. You're just not going to throw well at all. And he's learning that the hard way right now. Step up into the pocket and make your throws confidently. All that back up. The minute your buttons disappear is the minute you've backed up too far. Step up into the pocket, have a way better way of playing. It isn't that he's playing bad or breaking any rules again. I want to clarify that. As you see right there, he can stay in the pocket, makes a beautiful pass, and oh my God, Cooper has a pick, and he does not keep his hands under the ball, will drop it. And it's 3rd and 10 with 8 seconds to go. Vikings still got all 3 of their timeouts. Jettas still does not have a target here in this first half. It's a good thing we didn't do DraftKings for this game. If all of y'all picked Jettas, y'all would have been mad because he literally is on goose egg right now. Not a statistic, just a lot of blocks. McCarthy, bunch weak formation. You see Jones as a blocker here, going to go out late, check and release. And there is Jettas finally making his appearance known as the Vikings pick up a first down. And they're at the 33-yard line. This is a 50-yard field goal attempt for Minnesota. So Minnesota has Will Reichert out there to kick, and it's a timeout by Green Bay. Kick up and good at US Bank Stadium. Back to an 11-point lead. D Nice holding on and trying to move on to the next round to host the Buccaneers. Again, Jordan Mason is the lead back for the Packers the rest of the way. Josh Jacobs, a torn labrum. You will not see him the rest of this game. And I ain't gonna lie, them Packers white helmets is iced out. Like, that's real icy. I ain't even realized they won't yellow till just now. Them things is icy. I'm type jealous. Oh, and I was wrong, actually. I did not remember the Packers getting the ball back at kickoff. Forgive me. I forgot that fast. That's terrible. Bad memories. Long day, rather. So the Vikings do score at half, and they start this half with the ball. I mistakenly thought it was the Packers, probably because of the punt that was muffed and fumbled by Preston Smith. So now we're going to see the clock game come into effect. Aaron Jones is going to be the grit and grind guy for these Vikings, and Jettas is pressed one-on-one. Again, Jettas only with one catch in the first half. He will not have to force anything here. Jones with the handoff, bounces off the tackle, stays up, and gets knocked down. Javon Ballard, after a 9-yard gain, putting down Mr. Jones. And what sweeter way for the former Packer to advance to the next round than by knocking out his old teammates? It's meaning, you know, Aaron Jones was there in Green Bay for 7 seasons before he was abruptly cut this past offseason. He signed a 1-year deal with Minnesota, looking to lead the way and have these guys in the divisional round. Yeah, so the Packers are iced out. I noticed the jerseys, but I did not notice the helmet. That white helmet is very crisp. It doesn't look like off-white or like regular white. It looks like a cream colored helmet, at least from back here. That is very, very nice. Like, that's a cold helmet right there. I need one of those. I would hang it up on the wall if I was a Packers fan. That's a cold helmet right there. Nonetheless, though, we move to 1st and 10. Aaron Jones, handoff again, gonna juke inside and away from a bunch of guys. He's gonna take off. We've got a 59-yard touchdown run. The gong has been rang. The Dylan Taker has appeared on screen. And these Vikings jump up to an 18-point lead, the largest of the game. And like I said, these Vikings have literally scored on every possession they've touched the ball. His first drive was technically a punt that turned into a touchdown due to a fumble by the Packers. Kayshawn Nixon brings us up to the 18-yard line. Jordan Love and company. Let's see, man. We shall see what happens. But again, what's even crazier, like I said, revenge. They didn't even trade him, Kakashi. Like, they literally let him walk. They literally let that man walk in free agency, and there is a screenplay now for Jordan Mason as John Tillery tries to get out there on a dive. Let me move to 2nd and 2. Yeah, they cut that man, and that's the worst. So, hey, look, he trying to play the get back for real. Handoff is to A.J. Dillon making an appearance. You know what's even crazier? This is the 4th. I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. The 4th string running back for Green Bay. 4th string. 4. Like the quarter 4. A.J. Dillon only played in 5 games, had 5 carries, and he had 1 touchdown on the season. Fakes the handoff to Mason. Some great block work here. Love gonna step up, take off. He's got the first and slides.
Fricka first down.
Dubs and Watson on the field. Jaden Reed getting a breather. Handoff is to Jordan Mason. Some good defense there by the Vikings. He filled the gap immediately, forced Mason to cut back into other Vikings defenders. Will only pick up 2 on the first down run. 288 total yards of offense here by the Minnesota Vikings to start the day and start their playoff hopes. Again, the winner of this game will host DJS and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We know the other game in the NFC is going to be Cardinals Giants, and the seams open again, but this time he is not going to let Musgrave beat him one-on-one. So he finally played it there, did not allow another big-time catch and a big-time play. We move to 3rd and 8 from their own 44-yard line of Green Bay. They need this first down if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. Love got a man wide open underneath. Jaden Reed getting back in the action, picking up a first down. 20-yard gain there. Locke, my nephew, what's up, buddy? Hopefully you're having a great Tuesday, my friend. Jordan Mason on the bunch strong now, and the Vikings stack the box, and the RPO Poppy. Jaden Reed gonna get all the way up to the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup. Nothing much, man. Just another Tuesday. Calling some playoff work here. Hopefully we have some more games tomorrow. We are in the playoffs for Midnight End Zone right now. We just called a Super Bowl on Sunday night during Ravens and Bills as the Bills were getting demolished. Luckily, we did not have to sit through Sunday Night Football. We got to sit through Sunday Night Scream. Gotta bring that back, man. Shout out to my guy, OG. It's 3rd and 2 now. Packers with the time ticking down here. Only 3.5 left in this third quarter. And the Vikings will press down 1-on-1. Brian Asamoah says, get your weight up, Jordan Mason, as he knocks him down for a 1-yard loss. Yeah, hey, that's just beautiful defense there, but playoff lives matter as he got to go for it here on 4th and 4. Watson is open. He doesn't throw it there. He goes outside instead. Jaden Reed picks up a tutty.
Go, Pack, go! Go, Pack, go!
And once again, the fatal flaw in this Vikings defense has just been giving up explosive plays. On 4th and 4, how is it possible you even let that happen? Kiki Nwagwu has some room to return it here, and while he continues to keep this 11-point lead, play action fake from McCarthy. A horrible pass to the outside, just wasted it down. And Kayshawn Nixon gonna get coverage there on Jettas. McCarthy forces this one underneath. Aaron Jones with a catch, but then steps out of bounds with a 3-yard gain. Got to pick up 7 here. Didn't run the ball at all this drive. I wonder why he's forcing the pass. Third and 7, 32-yard line. Yeah, it's about to be very interesting. McCarthy with time. Pump fakes for some reason. He had him beat. Why did he pump fake right there? Cooper was in no way going to catch up and catch that ball. Nelson Aguilar was wide open. And for the first time in this game, a punt will happen. And Preston Smith takes it again. He fumbled last time. He's going to be a Jet. So as a Falcons fan, I definitely am at the motive now. Trade Kyle Pitts for Devontae Adams and see how happy I would be. Just bring him to Atlanta. We're fine. We'll do that, right? But in reality, I think the top 4 teams for Devontae Adams clearly, and this is just me, obviously, I think Jets, Chiefs, Colts, and Commanders all are on the phone calling the Raiders right now. Chiefs especially with Rashee Rice possibly being out for the season. I didn't see the MRI results earlier, but another holding here by the Green Bay offensive line brings this back 10 yards. They just cannot catch a break whatsoever. So 1st and 16. Very interesting here. 41-yard line. Love calling the shots. And he's going to go play action fake slide once again. Love pressure, throws out of bounds. You think the Steelers should make a move? I ain't gonna lie though. Let me think how I want to word this. It's not that the Steelers need to trade for him. It's that the Arthur Smith offense doesn't call for a good wide receiver outside of just the wide receiver 1. And there's a catch by Jaden Reed, making the big plays again. 1st down for the Packers. Play clock winding down. Fakes the handoff to Mason. Everybody's not open on the flood. Those out of bounds. You gotta care what Arthur Smith wants. I know the pain of Arthur Smith and his stupid ass mistakes. Trust me. Desmond Ridder was my quarterback last year. Trust me. That's what Mike Tomlin probably wants too. And the Steelers are kind of stingy with their trade situations, as they couldn't get Ayuk for some reason. And they probably should have, as Jordan Love will go down. Dallas Turner and John Tillery in the backfield going crazy. The 3rd and 13, Packers have got the ball into the Vikings territory at least. And it's about to be everybody's favorite time as you see Reed one-on-one here. Screen play, and the Vikings have just been all over the field when it comes to taking these screens out of possession. But with that said, we move to the last quarter here of the wild card round. It's the fourth, baby. And this kick hits the upright and goes in. Somehow, some way, this is still an 8-point game. And we're just getting things started with the beginning of the fourth quarter here. Minnesota trying to advance and stay at home for DJS, who's watching this game close. And if Nwagwu would have cut back, he had a tutty. Just did not keep it patient. Very un-Fortnite. Yeah, let me tell y'all something. I don't do fantasy no more. I am over it. I'm good. Handoff to Aaron Jones. Jukes out the way of one tackle, gets carried down for a 2-yard gain once again. And yeah, you know, I am going to say this at least. Looking at the games this week, we play on Thursday against the Buccaneers. We get the home game this time. The spread is us by 2. Now, the Buccaneers ain't no slouches. I'm not going to call it an easy game by any means. But looking at next week's games for some other prime teams, Jets and Vikings play this weekend at 9:30 a.m. They are in London this week. Then you got Ravens Bengals. I think almost a lot of games, at least, not all of them. A lot of games are divisional matchups this week in the NFL. I know me and the Lions have been posting some gamble things in the MEL chat. We'll probably post some things in there this weekend as well. So there is that. Your fantasy team name was Suck My Penix. You went 0-2 and you changed it to Nazi Germany and you're 2-2. That is insane. I just would like you to know that. McCarthy, 3rd and 5. Blitz from the edge here. He's got a man wide open. It's Nelson Aguilar for a first down.
First down.
And the Vikings doing exactly what they need to do. I can't believe you changed it to Nazi Germany and think that's why. I hate that so much. I just truly dislike it. Handoff is to Aaron Jones. Jukes into the tackle there. 123 yards on the ground. Just carrying the way against his former teammates. And he looks like he's going to carry himself into the next round of the playoffs. Hey, Kenneth Walker going crazy won me some money. I was in love with it. I had Derrick Henry, Kenneth Walker, both 2 tutties, and then other things. I had Devin A. Chambers 2 touchdowns on that play as well, and unfortunately, did not happen. Very sad, very, very sad, you know? Strike fear into the opponent's heart. I hate that. McCarthy had a beautiful step up, hesitates, and somehow, some way, Lucas Van Ness comes up with a sack. And I guess I gotta, you know, apologize to Swaggin, because I thought this game was over when Josh Jacobs went down. Everybody said, nah, not yet. And here we are now. The Vikings, who scored on their first 6 possessions, now are at a 3rd and 19. Obvious pass situation, and McCarthy sacked again. This is MEL, Midnight End Zone League on PS5. I think they're crossplay overall, though. You know somebody who used to be in this league. Femboy Fettuccine was in this league. Yeah. I think he actually won a bowl here with the Vikings. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Femboy won Super Bowl 8 with the Vikings. And they called him a cheeser and he got kicked out. Femboy, my guy, though. Cool dude. No hate to him. And looks like it was a read option for Jordan Mason, and he did not read that correctly, as these Vikings fans are excited that the Purple People Eaters will put him down into the ground after a loss of 1 yard. 5 minutes to go. 8-point deficit for the Packers. Can they complete the comeback? Jordan Love gonna force one. What could have been an interception is going to be swatted down. And unfortunately, it's now 3rd and 11. Packers having to force the ball down the field. Try to make up for this 8-point deficit. Third and 11, a clean pocket to start. Took a little bit too long, didn't step up or outside, and Love will put this ball into the ground. Punt on the way. 4:44 on the clock in the 4th quarter on 4th down. A lot of fours right there. Big fours. And then Wilder's going to bring it down. 40-yard line for the Vikings. A field goal puts this game out of reach for the Packers if they cannot make a defensive call here. Jair Alexander's been solid in coverage. Xavier McKinney as well. But it's been the Aaron Jones show. Almost 130 yards exclusively in the run game. Yeah, so we just going to put you up out of here. We do not do follow for follows on Twitch. That is not how you grow, brother. The Mets are on fire. Wait. I stopped looking. I saw the Brewers were up 2-0, and then I heard Mets they tied it up 2-2. And it's now 6-4 in favor of the Mets. Would you look at that? Interesting. Four minutes on the clock here. 2nd and 10. Can D Nice hold on? He does not run the ball. He's going to force a pass, and wide open is TJ Hawkinson will get to the marker. They're going to call 3rd and inches. So now we move to 3rd and inches. You've got to think run call here. I don't really think we've seen the Vikings run an RPO all game. And he's going to pass here with the blitz on the way. Hawkinson, 1st down.
First down.
Locke, I don't think you are banned. I will tell y'all right now, my son Locke is a troll. He not like a Zay troll, but he a troll. I don't know if Zay is in TCFM when I think about it. I wonder, is Zay over there? I think he is. Yeah, Zay bum stuff is in there. Aaron Jones, hand off, gonna go up to the 36-yard line. Timeout. With 2:46 left, 2-minute warning to stop the ball as well. Mets up 8-4 now. Good Lord. They done turned the scene up here. Hand off to Aaron Jones outside. Nobody there to stop him. He's going to fall down after a 1st down.
First down.
Yeah, I had to go on the server and tag it. I'm thinking, yeah, Zay is there. And there is Jones. He would have had a tutty, but instead he just reaches 150 yards, respects his opponent, and goes down. It was like a 5v5 tournament where y'all versed TCFM. I probably wasn't around for that one, so I'm not sure. I remember when you guys played AGS and you beat my guys talking crazy. Jones with another big time run. And he is just trying to drain the clock and not run the score up. You've got to give credit to D Nice for just keeping it sportsmanlike and just trying to win the game. 2 minute warning as the Vikings look to move on. DJS has done his scouting. No injuries for the Vikings whatsoever in this game either. That's the other part that we got to talk about. The Packers went down with a lot of injuries in this game. The Vikings did not have a single guy get injured this entire game. And the 4 seed handoff to Jones doesn't go anywhere, but the clock will tick. Looking at the roster and injured only. Yes, no injured Vikings at all. Like literally not an injured Viking on the roster. That is absolutely insane. Handoff into the fullback, CJ Ham, and boom goes the hammer. Lucas Van Ness. My boy said Aaron Jones' last second injury and put the prayers up. He put the prayers up. That is insane.
Nani?
Raker gonna try to kick this ball here and make it an 11-point game, which has really been the lead almost all game. And in other breaking news in the NFL, if you guys have not been aware or made aware, Von Miller is suspended for 4 games due to PED usage. He will not be active versus the Texans this week. Best viewers on getting banned is what you are doing. I just wonder why y'all do this stupid stuff. You was trash talking the whole league, and you can now admit, oh, so you were cheating lock. That's not cool. All the help you can get is crazy. 11-point game again, and the Packers with no timeouts will fall here in the playoffs in the first round. D Nice gets a nice confidence boost, beating on a former Super Bowl champion. Didn't that same thing happen with Swipe? Like Swipe or the other guy, or what was it, like Mine Law? He was like afraid to play and like being a wuss. What's up with y'all TCFM cats being weird, man? I don't get it. Love is gonna go out swinging. My man said I had a fake Twitch and PSN and everything. Is crazy. Love with a takeoff, and the Vikings cannot force the fumble, so the clock will tick and keep going. 9 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, making adjustments, hikes the ball, and it freezes a little bit. That sucks. Jordan Love chucks one middle of the field, and that's going to do the ball game there, folks. The Vikings move on to the next round. They will host DJS and the Packers here on Night Screen TV, possibly. I probably cannot call any other games tonight. That game was going to be at 8:30 for the Raiders and Dolphins. We would have definitely called that one, but we got to call this game here, and I'm grateful for all my MEL friends, excuse me, to be here and enjoy this game of the week. D Nice, congrats, man. Good job on your win. Definitely always enjoy the chats with you guys. A lot of fun. Hopefully the divisional round is great as well. Again, your divisional round consists of the following matchups in the MEL. You are going to get Jets versus Ravens. You are going to get Jaguars versus Dolphins. And on the NFC side of things, you will be getting Giants versus Cardinals and Buccaneers versus Vikings. So we'll see you all later. I'll holla. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your Tuesday.